Calling valley nuts already. What do you think? Sorry. You want me to get the valley nuts? Hand them to me. Hand me the valley nuts.
We are in Pete Wittenberg's pit. There appears to be a crowd that has gathered around the car. The crew is working. Apparently there's some issue, and Whit's going to explain to us what happened.
Well, they started the car. They were a little bit behind to begin with, and then they warmed the car up, and it didn't have any oil pressure. So that could be a number of different reasons, some serious, some not so serious. You have to hope it's a non-serious issue like the oil pump or the gauge, something like that. If it has a spun bearing, for example, then it's kind of a moot point. But sometimes in these situations, you want to win the race so badly that you just, and we've all been there, you just drag the car up there the way it is and cross your fingers and hope for the best. But that can be very expensive and dangerous. But you don't think about that. You just do it. But what's impressive here is the fact that Pete, who's getting in the car now to warm it up again, is one of the head mechanics on this car. So it's just like the old days, you know, when we all worked on the cars, and driving was kind of secondary. So let's see how.
Yeah, it looks like they're firing
out.
it up now. But they got about 10 minutes to make this happen, so I hope it's nothing too serious.
Well, you never know. We'll see right now.
Okay, here we are, semifinals, Top Fuel Eliminator, 59th March meet. And we have Jim Murphy with the ace tuner Roland Leong pairing off against Bret Williamson in the Mike Fuller Forever Young entry. Whit, what can you tell me about Bret Williamson, and how can he end Murphy's near domination of the class?
Well, it's tough. You know, you have two guys that have a lot of experience. Bret Williamson's been driving in various classes, but mostly alcohol funny car,
right?
Since the early 80s. So they have a lot of experience, but they have not found the winner's circle.
Right.
And Bret has yet to win one of these races. So contrast that with Jim Murphy, who is here to win this race for a fifth time.
And then you've got this knucklehead Roland Leong who just won't walk away from this damn thing.
Exactly.
Right? So,
exactly. You know, Don Prudhomme said that Roland Leong, if he's still doing this at however old he is, Prudhomme said, dude, do you want to die on the starting line? And Roland said, yes. As only Roland could say, if I do, I die happy.
Yes.
And, you know, so hopefully that doesn't happen, of course.
So Bret Williamson's got a 2-speed in his car. Maybe that'll help him circumvent these cold track conditions. He can short shift, perhaps. Murphy doesn't have that luxury with the high gear only car.
He would have to pedal it on and off the throttle.
Okay, well, they're staged. No help for Williamson with the tranny or not. He immediately goes into tire smoke. Murphy blisters the asphalt, no matter how cold, to a 563 at 244. So Murphy's going to face the winner of our next pair, which is Mendy Fry against Pete Wittenberg. And the winner of that will determine who's going to be our March Meet Top Fuel champion.
Yeah, it's very cool. I mean, Jim Murphy, one round closer to matching Big Daddy Don Garlitz, and that's always something that's incredible.
All right, well, we'll see how it shakes out. So this brings us to our final pair of semi-final Top Fuel competitors, and we have Mendy Fry in the High Speed Motorsports car. All of a sudden, that car has caught traction. She's up against Pete Wittenberg, who, I mean, a great story. This is his first race in a race car ever. It just happens to be a Top Fuel car. How epic is that?
It's jumping in the deep end, so to speak. He won the first round, which is very cool, but in the other lane, it's Mendy Fry, and they had low ET of the whole weekend in the first round with a 59, so his work cut out for him.
Well, you know, Pete is kind of a bohemian-looking individual, and I think a free thinker, and I think it speaks volumes about how well he can adapt to things. You throw him into these beastly machines, and he just absorbs it and performs, I think, pretty darn well.
The thing I noticed about Pete, and something I really respect, is he works on the car. He's been a long-time crew member. And when they warmed this thing up in the pits, they had no oil pressure. So they changed the oil pump and the gauge and hoped for the best. And they had to thrash, and they got it done. But he had to go from thrashing on the car to then finding that zen of crawling in the cockpit and driving, because in these cars, the key to success driving is to not get excited. You have to be very cool, calm, and collected. So this will be a test.
Okay, well, I mean, let's see if the Zen philosophy pays off for Pete Wittenberg. A pretty good drag race to half track. Pete's having problems, gets out of it at about 1,000 foot. It looks like he burns a piston or two, and Mendy posts a 578 at 220 miles an hour.
We saw Pete actually have a pretty good hole shot.
Yeah.
And he had a 121 light to Mendy's 160.
Wow.
If the car had gone A to B, they had a couple hundredths advantage right there. It's a couple tenths, actually. They have to go A to B. It looked like it got out of the groove a little bit, maybe spun the tire. And in this game, if you're not perfect, you don't win.
Well, I gotta say, not everybody can have a storybook ending. So that sets up our final. We've got Mendy Fry against Jim Murphy in the final round of Top Fuel coming up.
Mendy Fry, this is a true underdog story. You've been in the game since you were a teenager, so many accomplishments, and you are just one more race away from taking the title here at the March meet after all the technical issues. How does that make you feel?
I can't think about it yet, right? Because like you said, there's one more to go, and they ran a 10th better than us. You know, we've got some work to do, but it is going to be probably a pretty ugly final because temperature's dropping. It is anybody's drag race. Whoever gets their first wins. It doesn't matter if it's pretty or not, right?
Good luck, Mendy.
Thank you.
And we'll see you after the final.
Hopefully
got
the
this,
winner's
girl.